Raiders. Whenever you're up topside, you're fighting, scavenging, and even killing for the right to survive. But at the end of the day, you'll always find yourself back home in Speranza, the city of dreams, the city of survivors. Speranza isn't just a home to your raider, it houses civilians, engineers, mechanics, explosive experts, the city's leaders, a robot, mannequin, android thingy. Buried deep underground, the city of Speranza is in constant need of resources, wires, capacitors, rubber, plastic, metal parts, rubber fucking duckies! Which is where you come in. Everyone in Speranza has their role, and yours is that of a raider. Your mission is to embark into mankind's lost territories, fend off the Ark, and scavenge as many resources as possible to make life at Speranza a little more comfortable. But heading into the unknown and risking your life not only against the ever-evolving threat of the Ark, but other raiders isn't cheap, and it sure as hell isn't done without a little help. And that's where the many inhabitants of Speranza come in. So, let me be the first to officially welcome you to our fine city and introduce you to some of the people you'll be relying on in the near future. First, and clearly the most important, is the fine leader of our workshop, Scrappy. Scrappy is the ever-helpful chicken / eldritch deity who hungers for human flesh, who makes his home in your workshop and may or may not steal vital supplies from the other inhabitants of the city, and leaves them in their nest for you to discover. Then, we have the leader of Speranza itself, Celeste. Celeste is a battle-hardened survivor of the first wave. Not only did she lose her home to the Ark, but also her father. This left her deeply scarred and looking for meaning in a world teeming with the Ark. So, rather than being broken by them, her resolve was hardened, and, thanks to her adaptability and leadership skills, led her to the founding of Speranza, humanity's final stronghold. Nowadays, she's responsible for not only the founding, but the leadership and well-being of Speranza. In fact, it's her very words that drove you to Speranza. The Ark took much from us, but not all beauty is lost. There is still a world worth fighting for, so I call upon you, enlist, resist, so that we may reclaim our world once more. Inspiring, right? Almost makes you feel bad for gunning down your fellow raiders on their way back to Speranza. Or not. Next up, we have Tianwen, who I probably mispronounced the name of. Arguably the second most important person in all of Speranza. She is responsible for maintaining, crafting, and repairing your arsenal. She's a bit of a tough nut to crack, likes to keep to herself, and would choose to save her own tools in a fire over your very life. Most raiders, like myself, have only ever seen Tian's eyes staring back at them through her security door. But rumour has it she likes broken things, which means you might just manage to befriend her. If you need guns, ammo, attachment, she's the lady you'll be wanting to meet. And trust me, Raider, we all need attachments. Next up, we've got Apollo. If you've ever lay awake at night listening to some douchebag playing their god-awful flute, this is the man responsible. However, when he's not selling flutes, he's out there fixing up just about anything you could bring him. A lot of people in Speranza are focused on survival, but Apollo knows there is more to life than living. So, he ensures that raiders and civilians alike have access to the many luxuries that Speranza holds. If you've got business on the top side, then Apollo's got what you need. Explosives, barricades, flares so you can trick your fellow raiders into thinking you've gone down. He's got it all. Now, for my favourite, I'd like to introduce you to Shani. This terrifying lady is Speranza's very own Batman. She has contingency plans on top of contingency plans, and, rumour has it, her contingency plans have a fucking contingency plan! She may seem suspicious, obsessive, paranoid, demonic, but between me and you, she's responsible for the whole city's safety. If it wasn't for her, Celeste would have a much harder time planning incursions topside, and an even harder time making them successful. I mean hell, she's the reason I'm even in Speranza. After some Ark holes shot me and stole my gear, she activated the elevator and allowed me into the city. Last, but certainly not least, we have Lance. Lance may creep you out, and to be honest, he still creeps me out, but he's the most talented medic in all of Speranza. When you're dragged back into the elevator half dead and talking about a secret stash of rubber duckies, he's the android you'll want to see. He's a bit haywire and doesn't remember much of his life before he arrived here, but who knows, maybe one day he'll remember who he was before. But, not only is he a creepy, awesome medic, he's your best chance at surviving topside. Bandages, shields, defibs, recharges, herbal medicine that you under no circumstances are allowed to smoke. He's got it all. And that officially concludes our tour of Speranza. Now, gear up and head topside, you've got work to do. Oh, and word to the wise, the last person to disrespect Scrappy, Celeste tied them to a supply drop and forgot to equip it with a parachute. You are free to be as barbaric as you want topside, but down here we're civilized folk. And everyone loves the rooster.